Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Holly. I hope everyone is doing well today. Today I am sharing with you a super easy recipe. And I found it online and I kind of added to it, but it is a very quick meal. It is a chicken pizza bake recipe. So kind of like a casserole in a way. But instead of having a pizza crust, you're using the chicken. So it's a great low carb meal if you're doing that type of diet. But for the recipe, you will need some type of pasta sauce. And I think they used Prego traditional. I like to use this marinara sauce. It's pretty good. Also mozzarella cheese, and they call for 8 ounces, but I tend to use a lot more cheese than 8 ounces, so I have that big bag so I can just use whatever I want. Some Parmesan cheese to just top it off if you want, but it's not necessary. And their recipe calls for the pepperoncini. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I just chopped a few up. I didn't use a lot of it. And like I said, the recipe didn't call for very much. It mainly called for chicken, the pepperoncini, and some seasoning, the cheese, and the pasta sauce. But they used 2 chicken breasts, and I'm using 3 that I cut in half. But I'm also going to add on my own some mushrooms, and I just chose to do the jar mushrooms instead of having to cook some because I wanted to make this kind of fast. Also, black olives, some onions sliced, and some bell peppers sliced. And the seasonings the recipe called for was a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of salt, which I'm only using half a teaspoon, and a half a teaspoon of black pepper, and some pepperoni. And the first thing you will do is season the chicken, so mix up your seasoning. And like I said, this is part of the recipe, but you can always use, if you wanted to put something else in it, you can, and I actually do that in this. But just go ahead and sprinkle as much as you can on one side of the chicken, and then you will turn it over to sprinkle it on the other side. Now I felt like it just needed a little bit more of the Italian seasoning on it, so I did sprinkle just a little bit more. The recipe did not call for garlic powder, but I did sprinkle just a little bit on top. I have a tendency to put garlic powder in just about everything I cook most of the time. Then add your pasta sauce over the chicken, and you just want to make sure that it is evenly coating it. And now you will add the mozzarella cheese on top. And as I said, it calls for an 8-ounce bag, which is probably what I used basically, but I did add probably a little bit more to it. We like cheese, especially mozzarella cheese, when it comes to something like this. So yes, I probably did add more than what was needed, but like I said, choose what you feel like your family will like. And then add the pepperoni on top, and you can add as little or as much as you want of this. We like pepperoni, so I'm going to add a good bit, and it does help to flavor it. Now add whatever toppings you want to add. Like I said, we like onions, the bell peppers, we like the pepperoncini, so just add whatever you feel is the toppings your family would like. And you can even do this if you wanted to try and do each individual piece of chicken. I'm kind of just putting it over the whole thing. But if your family likes different things, you can do different toppings for each person. Now this, I'm adding the mushrooms, and then I will add some bell pepper. And then top it off with the black olives. And we do like black olives on our pizza and stuff, so I felt like it would be good in this dish. Then I add just a tiny bit more of mozzarella cheese, and that's, for me, I like it to kind of be the glue to have everything kind of combine. And once I do that, I will add just a few more pepperonis on top, because we like those to kind of have a toastiness to it, to be a little crispy. Now, while it's in the oven, right before I get ready to take it out, I do add just a tiny bit of Parmesan cheese, probably not even 1/4 of a cup, just very little, not much at all. And as I said, you can leave it out. And this is what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. It really was a delicious meal, but there's 2 things I would change. You can see that it has a lot of sauce, so I would probably use less sauce in it next time. And the other thing I would do is not add the salt to it. It was not too salty. It just, you could tell there was a little bit of salt there. But it was very edible, very delicious. But definitely, I think it's because we don't eat a lot of salt that we can taste that. So I would definitely leave the salt out next time. You can always salt it afterwards if you feel like it needs it. But the cheese and the pepperoni and everything, that kind of already had the salt in it. I took that for granted. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're interested in seeing more videos like it, please click that subscribe button and the notification bell, and that will notify you when I post new videos. I hope everyone has a blessed day, a great week ahead. God bless y'all.